Alrighty, Magic players, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Just a little bit of time in between these rounds here. We have Gage on the left playing some Tron. Looks like we were just here. I think it's like his a little bit different already. We can see it looks like he's got some green, some black in there. And we have Paul on the right displaying some Lutri. So good old singleton.
Yeah, Paul on some Grixis Lutri today.
Ooh, a good one. Gage starting off with a Labyrinth, exiling an Emrakul, getting a Talisman into an Ancient Stirrings. That's quite a turn one.
Pretty good turn one.
Yeah. Oh, so it's actually on mono green. But
Looking at Gage's list, he's on a ramp shell, no Tron lands here.
okay, no Tron lands, just ramp. Cool.
Bit different than the usual like red-green lists. He's definitely base green, no red.
Yeah,
Looks like he's shifted his deck to be around Ugin Eye, the new Ugin Eye of the Storms.
makes sense.
What I'm seeing looking at this. Lean into Sowing Myco Spawn to find your lands, ramp into mana so you can cast Ugin as soon as possible and just ride that in.
Yeah, makes sense.
All with a Surveil.
Look like Blood Crypt, Unholy Heat.
Leaving it in Undercity Sewers on top. Another Surveil land.
Yeah. Is that a counterspell? Odawara.
Subtlety in hand, I want to say.
Yeah, oh, subtlety, yeah.
Got all the full art cards. I know for a fact this is not Paul's deck.
Yeah.
These are not his arts of choice.
Yeah.
Just a little weird seeing him with those cards.
Yeah. And then just for the people that aren't aware, Lutri is you can't have a non-land card with the same name, so all the non-land cards are all singletons.
Yes.
So there's only one of them.
Yeah, ignoring the land base, Paul is playing a singleton modern deck today.
Yep.
Gage the Cavern of Souls, I'm assuming naming Eldrazi. Then into a Sowing Myco Spawn, starting to ramp, turn 2, starting to ramp for Gage.
Yeah. Eldrazi Temple. Yeah. It's going to be a 5, 6 for an Eldrazi. So you're going to have a big Kozilek's command next turn.
Yep.
Those are the Spell Pierce.
Bit too late.
Yeah.
Shock down to 17.
Shocking.
Fun fact.
Labyrinth.
That Blood Crypt was mine.
Oh.
Yeah. I opened it at the pre-release and ended up selling it to the person I know who built Paul's deck.
Yeah.
Gage in for 3 with the Myco Spawn.
Hmm.
See an Ugin in hand for Gage.
Do you just play the Labyrinth? Yeah, just normally ran a Labyrinth.
Yeah, my guess is Gage has enough mana right now where he doesn't need to be going down cards in hand. Using it with a Talisman to rumble.
Not taking that.
Following the text on the card.
Yeah.
And choosing a permanent. Deciding between
taking card.
Underground Mortuary and Karn. Goes for the Karn.
So kind of like just casting the other Microspawn here. He's just leaving open a Kozilek's command.
I think so.
Yeah.
Look, at this point, Gage wants to just try to X for 1, with X as the biggest number as possible every single play from now on.
Yeah. Right, so he's just going to dress down end of turn. Is that a Stern Scolding?
I believe so. Draw off the dress down with a Dragon's Rage Channeler. I'm unsure what the card in between Unholy Heat and Dragon's Rage Channeler is in Paul's hand right now. It looks black, but unsure. Paul with 5 cards in hand, shipping back to Gage.
He's just gonna do it for 3. Cosmos Command 3. Triss.
Or 4.
Is that?
Paul's got that Spell Pierce, which...
Yeah, he does. I think he uses Spell Pierce and Counterspell. Definitely Spell Pierce better for sure.
The second card, the borderless blue card in Paul's hand, I've wanted to say is Aether Gust.
Aether Gust. It looks like the Counterspell.
I think it is Counterspell.
Yeah, because I think it's Counterspell, Subtlety, Unholy Heat.
Oh, it is a Counterspell. Yes,
Yeah.
I can read the card.
And then the 2 other cards that we don't know. Alright, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can play a land and then just jam a Ugin. Exile the DRC. Oh, it doesn't have a land. Never mind. Oh no! So I'm just gonna make this one.
Kick my Go Spawn.
Yeah, exile it here. Maybe the Intercity Sewers. It was like just targeting a color source and then just.
I think you just want to take your... If your opponent's on blue in like a Lutri deck, and you've seen Spell Pierce throwing counter spells, you just probably want to take them off blue sources.
Yeah. Oh, I think that other black borderless card is a Fatal Push. I think it's the Monty Python one. No, that's Dismember. It's not Fatal Push.
There is a Dismember in the list.
Yeah, yeah. Because I saw the Black Knight. Yeah. It's just a flesh one.
Yeah, Paul floating a mana off the Thundering Falls, Gage tutoring for a land off the Micro Spawn's cast trigger. Grabbing a Sanctum of Ugin.
Sanctum of Ugin. Ugin. Ugin?
Notably,
Ugin's Labyrinth, Ugin's Sanctum, Ugin the Dragon.
notably cannot find Ugin.
Yeah. It's messed up. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it was Dismember. Tis but a scratch. Bottom in Inquisition of Kozilek. I like that it's also just like every single borderless weird art version, altered art version of everything.
And that Inquisition did give Paul Delirium for the DRC.
Yeah.
They're going to have to be getting in every turn now.
Get some beats.
And the Unholy Heat, which is nice.
Yeah. That is a
Polluted
Blue
Delta.
Delta. Lands are always hard. Not as hard as blue-white lands, though.
No.
That's what we learned last time.
They all look the same. DRC in for 3. Has to attack right now.
How much mana you got for Emrakul? Creature, instant, land,
Kindred.
sorcery, Kindred. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because he's an enchantment too. 6. So Emrakul costs 7. Does he have that much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He does. He can pick up Emrakul and then play Emrakul. Emrakul, pretty good.
I have to imagine Paul just concedes.
Yeah, I think he just scoops to that.
Like, he can pitch a subtlety to it, but that's not really going to get him anywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, he gets to pick it up, cast it, and then sag Sanctum. He remembers. I definitely missed that trigger a couple times.
Or he just might not want to.
Yeah.
I think just keep the mana if the Emrakul gets bounced or anything like that. Just go. You just get to go again. Or not. We'll see.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna do it.
He is doing it.
Now would be the time to subtlety, though. Because then you could subtlety back, and then it gets shuffled in if he decides to search. And then either, like, has to get an Emrakul, or he just gets something else and loses the Emrakul.
True, but it's still just... I don't know if it matters.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Emrakul also can't be countered, so... Because I'm gonna go out a limb here, okay? No, just believe me when I say this. I'm positive, I'm sure that he named Eldrazi with Cavern of Souls.
There's a good chance.
There's a pretty good chance.
all casting the Unholy Heat with the Microspawn on the stack. Sorry, with the Emrakul on the stack and the Sanctum of Ugin trigger on the stack. Leaves the card on top. There is the Subtlety Pitch.
Yeah, I think you still just put it on top of it and still search.
Yeah.
Like, there's no reason not to, right? Oh, he's just not going to do it. Okay, he just wants to.
Yeah, declining.
No.
Logical not to counter spell.
Huh. Can't do very much
As
with
far
those.
as taking a turn goes,
Yeah, right? I like that it's like the two things that you can't put on the stack.
Yeah, just
Because if you do like a 1-drop, you could at least play the 1-drop and like counter the 1-drop with a counter spell.
I think
You counter spells.
I
So
think
funny.
Paul just drew my contribution to this deck list.
Oh?
The Dreadhorde Arcanist.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
that is Arcanist.
Looks like it.
Banned in Legacy, Dreadhorde Arcanist.
It's too good. Too good for Legacy.
You can cast 2 Brainstorms a turn, it's pretty good.
It's not bad. Alright, he's going to pick a Lutri.
2 of the same Brainstorm a turn, sorry.
Yeah.
There's the Emrakul again.
Does he have enough? 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, because the
Yeah.
Sanctum he used, or the Labyrinth he used to unimprint the
Yeah.
Emrakul.
Yeah, he's going to do it this time. I know there's not another subtlety from you, so... It's going to get another Microspawn. I kind of like just getting another Microspawn here. Yeah, it's like, it's Microspawn or Worldbreaker. Just start, like, picking off lands while struggling on lands.
Pick off lands, have something with reach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fatal Push.
Ouch.
Yeah. Yeah, Dreadhorde Arcanist. Fatal Push the Dreadhorde Arcanist. Attack and block.
Surveil.
Surveil. Read it. I don't even know what that card is. I know it's from like the heavy metal
I
set.
think it's Terminate.
Is it Terminate? Oh yeah, because it's that like full art one. Because he has it written on the thing as Terminate in full cap.
All cap.
Yeah. Okay. But he's gonna scoop it
Paul
up.
scoops it up.
Yeah, makes sense.
Went a few turns longer than I expected there.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, especially with like struggling on lands.
Fighting the good fight.
Yeah. Lutri. Oh my gosh. It's too good. Let's see what sideboards are working with. Gage in classic Eldrazi fashion. It's got a bunch of one-ofs. It's got 1 Chalice, 1 Engineered Explosives, 1 Tormod's Crypt, 1 Walking Ballista, 1 Haywire Might, 1 Pithing Needle, 1 Liquid Metal Coating, 1 Soulless Jailer, 1 Stone Brain, 1 Void Mirror, 2 Dismembers, 1 Ensnaring Bridge, 1 Force of Vigor, and 1 Cityscape Leveler. This is kind of a weird matchup. I think we're bringing Dismember. Like, that seems fine.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's about it. I don't know what else Gage is going to want to do here.
Yeah.
You can't really target anything specific.
Yeah.
Your opponent's on Grixis cards.
Yeah. Grixis miscellaneous mid-range.
Yes, with counter spells.
Yeah.
Looking at Paul's, has 14 card sideboard because one of them is the Lutri.
Perfect.
Got an Ashiok Dreamrender, Molten Rain, Pillage, Obsidian Charmaw, Fulminator Mage, Mystical Dispute, Brotherhood's End, Damping Sphere, Pyroclasm, Unlicensed Hearse, Flusterstorm, Surgical Extraction, Hidetsugu Consumes All, and a Consigned to Memory. Heavily tacked for this matchup out of the sideboard here. Like
There's a lot of cards for this.
6 or 7 cards coming in.
Yeah.
Consigned for sure. Molten Rain, Pillage, Charmaw, Fulminator Mage, Damping Sphere.
Yeah.
Like those 6. Like
Yeah. I actually really like
for
Ashiok
sure.
a lot.
Ashiok's also pretty
Ashiok's
good.
a good one. Stops the delirium, stops the searching with Microspawn.
Exactly. Yeah.
Sideboarding still possible when you're only playing one-ofs.
When you just heavily tech for the bad matchup you know is going to be here.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, we do have a metagame breakdown. If you've been following Modern at all, looking at tournaments, this is not those.
Yeah, this is definitely not those.
This one's a little wild. So, top 3 decks for the most part, from what we've been hearing in Modern as a whole post-ban, are Black-White with Ketchermos,
Mhm.
Red-White Energy, and some form of Eldrazi.
Yeah.
We have 1 black-white deck and 1 energy deck here today.
Sick.
We have 7 Eldrazi decks.
7, holy moly.
7 Eldrazi decks.
We have 35 players, by the way, so.
Whole lot of Eldrazi.
Yeah.
We've seen 2 of them on stream so far.
Yeah.
We have 4 copies of Blue-Black Frog, 3 copies of Hollow One, 3 copies of Ruby Storm, 2 copies of Samwise, one of which was Gil, we saw last round. The other one has some spice. We'll see how they're doing and see if we can get them on stream. 2 copies of Necro Dominance, 2 copies of Blue Belcher, 1 copy of Bug or Sultai Frog, 1 copy of Thopter Sword. It's the new like Bant, Ursa, Emery.
Yeah.
Like you can't run Underworld Breach, so you're kind of figuring what fits into that same blue Mox Opal shell. 1 Song of Creation Storm.
Yeah.
1 player on Affinity, 1 on Blue-White Control, 1 on Mill, only 1 Amulet Titan, which is kind of wild for the San Diego meta down here.
Yeah, right? And it's funny is that it is not Nick 2 or Alex.
Yeah. 1 on Asmo Food, 1 on Scape Shift, 1 on Merfolk.
Asmo Food, hold on, that's a throwback.
Yeah.
Holy moly.
Yeah. 1 Grixis Lutri player.
Hey.
1, I'm going to affectionately call it Janelle Pile.
Janelle Powell, yeah.
Something with red.
Yeah.
Most likely with Blood Moons.
Yep.
And then player just after my own heart, 1 player on Heartless Summoning.
Oh.
This is my personal Magic White Whale. Someday it will be good.
So good. You know what makes me real sad though? Yua's deck is not here at all today. There's not a single Yawgmoth player today.
And there are several players in the room who I know own the deck and have played it a lot.
Yeah. Extreme sadness.
Yeah.
How the mighty have fallen. That's right. He's really thinking hard about these sideboarding. I mean, bro, you essentially got like 3 cards to bring in, right?
I think it's what you cut.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's probably the hardest part when you're playing against Lutri, because it's not like, oh, I know they have 4 copies of Consigned to Memory.
Yeah.
They have 1 at most.
Yeah. Imagine game 2, you just like don't reveal Lutri. And it's like, oh no, they're bringing in 4 Consigned.
Your sideboard is 3 forums.
Yeah. Because it's only your main board. You can have duplicates in your sideboard, but as soon as they go on your main board, then.
That's actually a pretty good idea.
Yeah. Yeah. That was the old trick with Luris.
Yeah, you swap out of it and you bring in
you
your,
swap
your
out
sideboard
of it and
8.
something
Blood,
bigger
blood,
in.
blood moons or what have you.
Yeah. And then your opponent's sitting there wondering if you just forgot to reveal it or if you're not revealing it on purpose.
They'll
and
never know.
They're stressing out the whole time.
They'll never
It's
know.
The best part. It's the best part.
Same thing with Giganthas. You bring in Force of Vigor or anything like that.
Or Charmaw. And they're just like,
do they forget or do they have it?
we're like, what happened? All right. Paul gonna start us off here. Got a Logic Knot. It's like a Charmaw, a Surgical Extraction, and Holy Heat. Looks like a Consign.
I think it's a Thoughtseize as well.
Thoughtseize, but ship it. Looks like it was in the lands.
Siege on
Windstrip Forest, Emrakul, Devourer, Karn, Rumble, and Ugin. Eugene!
I think that's not the best. I think it's reasonable.
Yeah.
You kind of bank off of Devourer finding something and then Rumble.
Yeah, I mean, he's
Going
on the
from there?
draw with Devourer, so if he hits a Labyrinth, then that's pretty sweet. Like, it feels very good, but...
Also, notably, Gage is not going to hurt himself with the Devourer.
Yeah.
Like, playing the, like, the Rug or Red-Green versions, like, more than once, like, not paying attention. Like, oh, I've got this Devourer, and I've got 2 fetch lands.
Yeah.
I'm going to pregame my Devourer, find something that's really good for me, and then realize, like, wait, I can't do my turn 1 play.
Oh, no.
I need this card on top.
Yeah.
I think Gage is still thinking of this, if he's keeping this or not.
Yeah. It's a hard one. No, like, Eldrazi lands is always really rough. Like, no Temple, no Hugin's Labyrinth.
No Utopia Sprawl. For
no
like,
Utopia
consistency
Sprawl
there.
with the
Yeah.
forest, like, with the forest hand, so...
I think I like it.
Yeah,
Especially
I think
in this
it's fine.
matchup, like, it's lands and spells. It's you have some options for selection, like...
Yeah. Especially with Rumble plus Devour.
Exactly.
So, like, giving you, like, 8 cards to look at is, like, not bad.
Exactly. Especially with Paul being on a singleton deck, you can't
Yeah. Yes.
pick something to play around. You just need to have a hand that's going to do your plan.
Yeah. All right.
Paul with a
Shipping.
counter spell. I think a spell snare as well. Lands.
So with a lot of surveillance.
Starting with a surveil.
In the swamp. All right, a talisman. There's a temple. I kind of like the ancient stirrings. Because in this turn one, you can go forest ancient stirrings.
Turn one play.
Next turn rumble. Because I think with this hand, I don't like the temple as much. I would rather have an Ugin's Labyrinth at this point.
I think Gage disagrees with you.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Keeping the temple, draw the temple. I guess just line it up a surveil.
Yeah.
He's on 1 green-black surveil.
Which one?
Discharge. You know what I want to start playing in Modern again? I think will really help the format. Just play Trick Bind. I just want to play Trick Bind.
Nice.
Yeah. Like I just want to Trick Bind people. Sweet Fetch, Trick Bind. Split second, counter this. Well, you can't.
Oh, there was a change in Paul's deck list. He is no longer on the Shadow of Doubt.
Oh.
It was in the list as of Wednesday.
That would have been so sick. Surveilling a Butcher Bog. Drawing a Kha'Zix command.
That's a good draw with the temple.
Yeah. Just gonna rumble. Spell snare.
Ooh.
Right on time for that spell snare. It's a Thoughtseize. It's a good timing for the Thoughtseize too. Thoughtseize with counterspell backup. Alright. I think it's just Kha'Zix command.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yep. You just
Yep,
Yep.
I'll snap taking it.
Yep.
Nope, nope, nope. Yeah, I can't cast any other cards in his hand. Got 4 types in the graveyard now, though. We're going cost 9. It's like, I'll leave it up for you. What did you draw?
I don't think-
Gage can't cast. What did he draw?
Yeah, depending on what Gage drew, I don't think he has a playable. Oh, never mind. That's a pretty good top deck.
Yeah,
Pretty good draw.
but I'm pretty sure. Oh no, Paul shipped the hand with a good sign. That would have been too sick.
Oh.
That would have been so brutal.
Wow. Yeah, that would have.
Just like, counter your spell, counter the land trigger. Sorry. No.
Yeah, right now I think Paul's on Otawara Blood Crypt's counter spell.
Yeah.
Gage finding a labyrinth. My guess is gonna put the Devour underneath it.
Yeah.
Get that imprint. It's definitely not the matchup where the cast trigger to exile is really that relevant.
Yeah, this opponent only puts him at 6. So it's either Devour or Emrakul. Because there's an Emrakul hiding on the screen. There it is.
Yes.
Because he's still quite a long ways off from being able to cast Emrakul. The Devour, at least, like if Paul plays a creature this turn, this next turn, then he can still Devour it if he draws a land.
That's true.
Yeah, because he'll be at 6 and draw land to 7.
Even
Hopefully. But
without that, it's Devour's still a 6/6. Like,
yeah.
Paul doesn't have much going on. You can.
Yeah. What is that?
Brotherhood's End, I believe.
The Brotherhoods.
The Otawara bounce feels bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you just play a land, right? Is that the Death Shadow? That is a Death Shadow.
Oh, it's not a Blood Crypt. It is the one of Death Shadow in the deck.
Yeah.
Yes. My mistake. I thought it was that full art Blood Crypt from the first game.
I don't really like Otawara at all in this matchup. Like, what do you bounce?
You clear a blocker to swing for lethal, I guess, but
Yeah.
that's so like niche
So
and far down the line.
Yeah. There's a land.
It's a land, so like you don't decide it out. It's a land.
Deck 3. Alright, so now we can Devour, but does he want a Karn this turn? It's a Karn this turn. Resolving, getting a liquid metal Cody. Makes sense? Makes sense?
Yeah, just choke Paul's mana.
Yeah.
Pass back, upkeep, lock down the Thundering Falls.
It's like, that is fine. Force of Negation. That would have been really good last turn.
Can hit the Ugin, I guess, when Gage tries to play that.
Yeah. Get the... He needs one more land to play it next turn. Brotherhood's End would have been nice to be able to cast here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it would have. Clear the Karn and the Micro Spawn. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, not now.
Is he almost at Death Shadow's a creature size? Yeah, he is!
Yeah, Paul's at 12. 1/1 Death Shadow.
Perfect. Looks like it's good. Oh, there's the land. Okay, so cool. So then, at least we'll be able to hit, like, oh, try to Ugin you. No thanks. Bye-bye.
He's going to lose a Death Shadow, unfortunately.
He's going to lose Death
But
Shadow.
I think Gage not having Ugin in play is an overall good thing for Paul.
Yeah, that definitely helps.
Yeah, unfortunately for Paul, Gage is going to stop him from being able to hardcast that Force of Negation.
Yeah. He does still have the counter spell, so not too bad. Yeah, can do that.
Karn ticks up.
It's just gonna flash and Lutri.
I like this play, actually.
Yeah.
You lose the value from it, but you use your mana while you can get another body in play.
Yeah.
Just go down Zora. Oh, and you know what? Two of the kids, one of the kids and Eric's in Japan, and there's another kid that's
Cast the Ugin cast trigger.
Is it on the baby side or?
I always forget that one's double sided.
Yeah.
That is
All of the dragons that are borderless are all double sided.
What's going on, buddy?
It's definitely cute. I don't particularly like it, but each to each their own. I don't like that the art is so similar. Like, it's like the exact same artwork, except they're just baby versions. Like, if they were a little bit different, like if they looked different and you had a choice between two different artworks, then sure. But essentially, like, it's just the same artwork, but just they're just kind of chibi in the other one. And it's kind of like,
I'm fine with that. I'm personally not a fan of having backsides on my cards in my deck.
yeah.
So it's like
also fair.
it's a card without like a real backside that I would have to use one of the like the MDFC placeholder cards for in my list if I use that artwork.
Yeah. I don't know if that was a Steam Vents or if it was.
I think it's a Scalding Tarn, but I'm unsure.
It is a blue-red land. I'm just hoping it's not a Spire Block now.
That always feels bad.
Yeah.
Is
I don't
he
think it's a Spire
on?
Block. I don't think he's on any, because there's no lane restrictions with Lutri.
No, because you do not need to be singleton lands.
Yeah.
And Paul is not on any copies of Fast Lands. It was a Scalding Tarn.
Cool. Yeah, just like having to Brotherhood's in here just to hit just the liquid metal coating, or else you'll just like out of this game.
Yeah, which feels bad, but doing what he needs to do to get rid of that.
Yeah, you kind of have to. Utopia Sprawl, that's late.
Gage gonna sprawl a forest.
Naming.
Assuming green.
I would actually just name like red.
Or
Red
black.
or white or. Yeah, because it's really just like the only upside at this point would just be to doing a third color. So like just in case you need to cast Engineered Explosives
That's
for
fair.
3,
Yeah.
then
Why not?
Yeah.
You have it.
Ballista.
I think that might have been another
Yeah,
land for Paul. Yeah, rough beats. This is the matchup you do not want to see on most blue decks,
Yeah.
especially not when you're singleton. You can't be on 4
Yeah.
consigned right?
Especially it's when you
Oh.
only have one consign in your sideboard. Yeah.
Ooh. Super cool. We got to see some Lutri on stream.
Lutri.
Always a blast to see. Fingers crossed. Matches coming in after this. We'll get some good back and forth going.
Yeah.
We'll get to get to some game 3s, see some
Yeah.
some good strong game 2s coming in.
Probably more Eldrazi matchups.
Most likely.
Yep.
We'll do our best to get some
Yeah.
variation. We got all those cool one-off decks today. We'll do our best to get those in. Make sure to show you all some cool modern here.
All the good ones.
Yep.
So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with some more sweet, sweet modern gameplay. Don't go anywhere.